My lord, the project Milky Way has been completed, over 10,000 ships and over 350 million personnel and the new flagship My. It has its own shipyard and factors it is almost twice as large. As a superstar destroyer, it has an experiment hyperdrive that can guide a fleet to another galaxy. I hope you can bring the Executor and another superstar destroyer. And all ships of this fleet have the best hyperdrive in the galaxy, and we have refueling stations with us that can last for years, and food and water that can last for 100 years. And 2, we are a full surfation fleet, and it's good you have brought over 5,000 Knights of Zakul. And have over 2,000 Imperial Guards of Zakul, and have 200 Dark Shadow Elite Guards of Zakul, and we have over 30,000 true Mandalorians and my TIE Defender fighters in the millions in this fleet, and with that plan is ready to commence. Said the newly promoted Grand Admiral Thrawn. Very good, Vader. I have Servant 1 temporarily controlling the Empire in my stead. While I am gone, my apprentice Analia will be the second in command of the Empire. While I am gone, is everyone on the Hollow noted. Vader turned to Thrawn. Let us get to the fleet, we have a new galaxy to discover. As Vader and Thrawn were marching across the hulls of the newly built Dominator, the biggest ship to ever exist in the galaxy, as was stated earlier, it's almost twice as long as the Superstar Destroyer, and nearly 5 times the power with an AI controlling the ship system. It was truly a fortress, as the cannons were powered on as the hyperdrives of the entire fleets are starting to glow, preparing for the orders. Thrawn and Vader enter the bridge, seeing countless engineers and controllers roaming around the bridge. After meticulously calculating the coordinates of their destination to the entire fleet, the ship AI was helping with it, making the process a lot faster. Thrawn stepped forward and looked out of the window, seeing the countless ships are waiting for their orders. It was truly marvelous. As he looked, it was like the rows of ships never ended. As he stared into the distance, it was something truly incredible. He thought. Vader said, "It's now time." Thrawn nodded. Attention to all ships of the Annihilation Fleet, time has come. The Republic has found a new power source called Isotope 5. It is currently the most advanced source of substance in the entire galaxy. Some uses for us to enhance the power of blasters, and thus including ships. This new resource could change the entire course of our empire. If we don't find a counter to this new element, the Empire may be doomed. Luckily for us, we have found a new element, but it's not off this galaxy. We found a ship that looked like an octopus floating off the very corners of the unknown region. Our explorers found the ship as we were studying it. We found they had a new element. It's much more stronger than Isotope, and this is the only hope of our empire. We need this new resource if we'd be able to. Down to Republic's most strongest weapon, octopus-shaped ship, had a star map of another galaxy. It's called the Milky Way. We create the specific project bringing the smartest scientists in the entire empire, and we created Project Milky Way with this new deconstructed megastar destroyer. It has all the resources and facilities we need to be completely self-sufficient, and now we'll enter into this unknown. We do not know what we may encounter. There may be a new civilization, new species, or maybe an empire, but what we do know, this element 0 would be vital to counter Isotope 5. We may be there for a while, but we return stronger than ever and ready to face the Republic. Don't worry, the Empire is still well defended with many more thousands of ships. The Empire is well defended, Thrawn said. Vader in a commanding tone. All ships launch your hyperdrives, made their exit at the bridge, and went to his quarters to meditate. Then a force ghost of women appears. Who are you? Said Vader. I'm here to guide you of the dark path, and to answer your question. I'm your mother Nyla. I don't believe you, Vader said in a stern tone. Now get out of here, as the ghost sighed and sent the memories of his birth. Vader said, Ravage is my father. Nyla nodded happily. He was a brave man. Vader had a tear dropping down his cheek, and he was, but not just that, he was the descendant of Revan himself. Why did he not go all out and kill that sick old man? Vader asked. Because he did not want the ship to get destroyed until you got out. Vader was silently in agreement. So it was all Palpatine. Everything I had to go through, it was all his fault. Vader said in that moment he craved revenge for his parents. But why can't Valkorion hear any of this? Said Vader. I am blocking him from seeing this. Nyla said. Why? Vader said suspiciously. I will tell you the true reason why he made you his heir. First reason is because you have his blood, so it will be easy for him to transfer into your body. Second reason, he needs you to be fully committed to the dark side in order to take control of your body. The third reason, he needs you to fully establish his empire, so he doesn't need to do it himself. And all these 3 reasons will bring back one of the greatest threats to the galaxy. Vader asked for proof. Then another man with a black and gold looking robe. The man had a silver lightsaber strapped to his belt, and he had no hair and was completely bald. Vader said. Who are? As he glanced at him, has the man spoken. My name is Thexan, and I was sent to you from the Force to aid you any way I can. As Thexan sent his and his siblings' memories. The Vader saw everything and felt everything, and he saw what he did, and he knew what he would do now. As Vader said, Arkan Thexan Balin, you were right. Vader looked up with determination. No, he has to stop him, but he knew he wasn't powerful enough to destroy Valkorian spirit, but in time he knows he will. What must I do? Anakin said. You must use light and dark in balance, only then can you defeat him. Nyla sent the knowledge to communicate the Force ghosts and become one to Anakin. All that knowledge was passing through his head. It was like he was having those headaches ever had in his life, all the memories of Trio, and Nyla went through him inadvertently. He has got an old experience, something of sibling Trio. If you solely commit to the dark side you will not be able to defeat him. If you solely commit to the light side you won't be able to defeat him. You must harness both. Nyla spoke in a slow manner. Vader understood. Nyla nodded before they both fade out again. Thexan gave Vader Revan's mask and lightsaber. Vader slowly put on the mask as he felt another voice entering his mind. Now I'll ensure my descendant you will not stray from the wrong path. As the voice of a male spoke. Who are you? Vader said. I was the prodigal knight, conquer and save your villain and hero. I am Revan. The man spoke. Your ancestor. Nyla and Thexan faded out with a smile. Good luck my son, Nyla said, tear going down her cheek. And goodbye brother, Thexan said. And remember I'll be proud of you brother. Anakin started letting tears flow down his cheek. As the two ghosts disappeared Anakin looked up. I'll do what I must. And with that, his eyes started glowing purple. Anakin did not notice this though, but Revan did and smiled. It seems he's on the right path now. Scene break. Miss Analia, we have a ship from Naboo approaching Tatooine. It seems to be the Queen's royal yacht. Have a team of elite shadow guard down to greet them. I'll be on my way. Qui-Gon, are you sure going for an emergency landing? Imperial spaces wise. Qui-Gon turned to Obi-Wan. And it's the only choice we have, but I do understand what you're coming from. I do not agree on this is probably the best place to be in, but it is the only way for us to get out of this alive. I still being hailed as the captain passed through the public ship. Identify yourself immediately. A girlfriend could be hurt. For other side of the call. We are requesting permission to land for emergency repairs, the captain said. The man spoke. Requested. Granted. Power down old shields and weaponry and land at the planetary spaceport docking bay 45. You be requested to hand over all of your weapons to security that will escort you. That's the whole communication ended as the ship descended towards the spaceport. Well, that could have gone bad, Obi-Wan said in a joking manner. Well, it did not. Let's go, Obi-Wan. We need to inform the Queen as they enter her chambers. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon bowed down. Qui-Gon spoke. We have successfully now that in Imperial spaceport, this ship will be searched for any weapons and retrieved and me and Obi-Wan will be escorted to the current leader of this planet. I would request that we could have someone to represent the Naboo. Queen nodded to one of her handmaidens, Padme, as our diplomat as she went towards the GDOK. Then we'd better get going now. As they opened the glass doors, men with black armor and have red visors stared coldly towards the GD as they entered the ship to search it. As a woman started to clap her hands as she walked toward them with a squad of Mandalorian guards. Well, what do we have here? A queen from Naboo and jettison Imperial space. This does not look good for you, Analia said with a smile. She had been trained in the Force. She is as strong as a GD master. As she waited for explanation, we are just escaped from Trade Federation and require urgent repairs to our ship. And why would we help you, said Analia. Because the planet of Naboo will be in the Empire's debit, said Padme as Obi-Wan wanted to say something about it. And finally, he couldn't restrain himself. You can't be serious. Then I should be honored to help you. We don't have to owe them anything, Obi-Wan said in a cocky tone. Be quiet, Padawan. I'm negotiating here, and frankly, I don't care about your opinion, Padme said in a stern tone. Oh, like this one, Analia thought. Och, let's discuss this in my office, Analia said with a smile. Follow me, she asked Padme, and the two GD followed her. Scene break. The Annihilation fleet numbered in 10,000 exited hyperspace as they checked the information about the solar system. For one spoke. Teethish is called Sol system. It is planets called Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. And a dozen moons. Most of these planets cannot support life without terraforming. As Thrawn went through the information, we could harness Jupiter and Saturn's gas to create explosives and fuel. Very useful resources, I say so myself. I'm getting strange readings from Neptune. Yes, this is what we've been looking for. Apparently it has what we need. Element 0. Alienated. Perfect place to start mining it, said Thrawn. What about Earth? Anakin said. We can set up base there. It seems it can be perfect for life. Good farmland, good oxygen. It has everything we need and more. Anakin thought this can be the perfect W world for us in this new galaxy. But before they can discuss more, the game communication saying if this approaching us. Clark, Vader said, get all the information you can from the enemy fleet. I want you to hack in their systems and collect information about their language, history, and if there are possible threat. We need to make a translator quickly for new contact, he said, as the eye said, yes my lord. As one of the engineer, we were getting a communication request from the enemy fleet. Permission to patch it through, she asked Thrawn. Permission granted. Thrawn and Vader approached the holo communicator as a human-looking man appeared to front of the screen. I'm Admiral Hackett off the System Alliance fleet. Why has your fleet entered our system? Vader was shocked that he looked human, and it seemed he even spoke Old Basic. He can understand him. But he does sound different. Thrawn quickly getting in control the system. I am Grand Admiral Thrawn of the Galactic Empire. We have come from another galaxy to minus element 0. Admiral Hackett looks sternly towards Thrawn. Know this, you may be an empire, but we will not take lightly to any action of aggression towards the system alliance. Thrawn said, and we don't intend to just red eyes analyzing this man in front of him. How he stood, how he spoke, how he carried himself, his tone of voice, his eye concentration. Thrawn knew this man knows war well. Thrawn could respect it. Human side bridge was panicking. They just saw a fleet of 10,000 warships, and 3 out of nowhere, and they seemed to know traces of element 0. That even worried them even more as they saw dreadnought-sized ships moving towards them. It seems the regular ships is almost 3 times the size of a regular dreadnought. All high humans of the 5 fleet saw and feared, but what made them shit themselves? When they saw a man scream, they have 3 megaplanetary ships as they saw 2 ships of equal size and length appear. The ships were so large that they covered the sun. As another woman tore out her hair, she was screaming. The monster ship was approaching their position. Asked the captain was trying to get order on his ship. Relay all this information to her entire defense fleet of Sol system. We have an enemy fleet approaching. It seems to be numbered in the thousands. I request all keep them. Fire up your shields and guns. But I repeat, do not fire the orders. As the man was about to say more when he saw a ship, no, a monster towering over the entire fleet, including those mega dreadnoughts that could have themselves blocked the entire sun. As the captain said, God may have mercy on us. The ship was about to go another wave of chaos until a man stepped. Everyone get to your battle station, he yelled at a commanding tone. The ship abruptly stopped as they all went to the bathroom station in a hurry. The man walked through the bridge giving orders to his men, seemingly bringing back to calm to the ship. Captain, can you give us an estimate of the enemy fleet? Yes, they seem to have a fleet of dreadnought-class ships and 2 planetary destroyer ships and 1 ship that's so large that I can only say that is solar system destroyer ship. Captain stammered out, can you patch us through to the other fleet? Give me a sec, and yes, we can transmit a holo call to them. Do it, Captain. Admiral Hackett stood on the bridge and spoke. We are the System Alliance. We do not cower, we face the enemy with determination. We are the protectors. The Verth, every man, woman and child are counting on us. We may be at with the new Turians that is occupying Shanxi. We will drive them out just as we will drive these enemies if they threaten us. Now get to your stations and do your job. Hackett turned to the captain. Did you get it through? Yes, we did. Okay, let's talk to these new arrivals, Hackett said. Back to the Empire's POV. We would need to discuss this more. Thrawn said. Yes, we do, Hackett. We will meet on the moon on these coordinates. You can bring your guards. I'll bring mine, Hackett said. Very well, Anakin cut in. Then we're in agreement. Yes, we are. There will be no firing on both of our fleets until this negotiation's over. We can agree on this too, Anakin said. Anakin. Thrawn took the elite shadow guards as they enter shuttle. I stay landed on the open space that seems to be in the middle of nowhere. Hackett's shuttle arrived to frisk 4 men with a Eder N and a number 7 on their shoulders. They took their positions military style. These were the N7 system Alliance Special Forces shadow guards, and the N7 had a face of then Hackett. As 2 men carrier to share and 3 seats, they all have the magnets on this little stick to the moon. As the party starts, sit down, let's introduce ourselves first. Anakin said. It's only nice because we are your guests. Very well, I am Admiral Hackett of the System Alliance fleet, and you are pointing at Anakin. I am Emperor Anakin Vitiate, and this is Grand Admiral Thrawn. Let's get down to negotiations. Why are you here, Hackett? For once stared directly into Hackett's eyes, his red eyes piercing his skull. Simple, Admiral. We have traveled in this galaxy for one reason, and one reason only, as the Chissman spoke, and that is this substance called Element 0. Hackett said. How do you know this if what you're saying coming from another galaxy is true? Hackett said. That doesn't matter, but what does is what happens now, said Thrawn. Then why do you guys look like a human that I don't know, and why do we share a similar language too? Hackett said. Are you a human? Pointing at Anakin. Yes, I am human. It's because of my mask. You thought I looked like Thrawn? Yes, Anakin was still wearing his mask. Interesting, Valkorian said. Another galaxy with life, no less. The possibilities can go endless for my empire, and there are humans here too, so maybe I can consume this galaxy too, he thought as he spoke to Anakin. This could be useful. You should use these humans in this galaxy. Anakin have to agree to himself that I may be true. It unnerved Hackett that it could be humans in another galaxy. Taking advantage of this situation, Hackett, we will give you supply off Element 0. If you could help us with a problem, make it mining rights too, and we Thrawn quickly said, ensuring that Empire could have a strong supply. Element 0. Neil, Hackett said. We have an incident at a Relay 314. When they first contact with an unknown alien, we try to communicate them, but they opened fire without a warning, destroying most of our ships. But one managed to get out in time to warn their alliance. When they did, we had reports of the aliens invading Shanxi. The manager destroyed the fleet orbiting over the planet and launched an invasion. As we are speaking, System Alliance forces are battling on the planet, and we had heard news of who these aliens might be and who they're working for. What we know. They're called Turians. Hackett pulled out his Omnitol and showed an image of the alien. As you can see, it looked like a scaly bird that looks humanoids. If you don't know them, just search up Turians in Google. And they are a part of the council. They are in charge of the galactic community in the galaxy. They're 3 counselors. First one, Spiritus, he is a Turians as Hackett. They're the main defenders of the council and the main military might and the military discipline makes them formidable opponents. Waved his hand, showing the picture of the counselor. He look how interesting throng. Said the second is Asari. Look up in if you want to know how it looks like. And the Asari counselor is Tivos. Has waved this hand again and shoulder image of the counselor Thrawn. They look like a human and have short tentacles on their head. They look like a human. You would think there are humans if they did not have blue skin. And had hair on their heads, but they look like just his species. Thrawn thought in amusements. They are a female only species. They have to meld with someone to reproduce. And the child will always be an Asari, but they do get some traits of their dad. If there are other species, Hackett said. And the last counselor is a Salarian, and her name is Dalatris Linren. They look like lanky reptilian that are skinny and small sharp teeth. If you don't know who these people are and you know how they look like, Google it. They're most known for being scientists and having the most advanced technology in the galaxy, and they make the best spies as they are called the STG. They're head of espionage of the council. And they have a lot more client races that I'm too lazy to name, but they will be appearing in the story as they go. And they are all backing Turians. Hackett. And if we do not get your help, humanity will fall. Anakin was interested. If you can provide us with the element 0 and the rights to mine it, then we have a deal, Anakin said. Hackett looked at the hand and said deal as he shook it. Everyone was satisfied how negotiations went. They both returned to their ships as the war of the humans were about to change forever. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment or any suggestions. And with have a good day or night.